points from McLaughlin, the race leader. The super cheap Holden trailing Smoke. Now, is that from the left rear or down the centre of the car? I think it's from the left rear, possibly a hub seal. With just a couple of laps left to go.
I'll tell you what, Murphy won't. He can smell that for two reasons.
He'll want the win.
Oh,
McLaughlin will take the last lap board. Look at the oil.
McLaughlin's going to have to be very, very careful coming up over the hill. If there's any oil leaking onto the side of that tyre, he's going to know about it. He's been in here before. Big dab on the brakes to settle it. He's got one lap to try and survive. Look at the smoke billowing out of the left rear. Last lap board. Murphy in the box seat. Pedersen back in the 6th position. Smoke billowing out of McLaughlin Super Cheap Auto Holden in the race lead. Trying to hold on to at least 5th in the championship, which might be some consolation after a horrific start to the season. Got no points at the opening round at Hampton Downs. Copped a lot of comprehensive damage in the Taupo round as well. And then subsequently at Hampton Downs for the Enduro when Jono Webb clashed with Andrew Waite in the Tasman Ford. I think McLaughlin's going to do this. There might not be too much oil left in the rear end housing of the Super Cheap Auto Holden. And Pedersen back to the 7th position. Holdsworth's got around him. That makes it easier for Greg Murphy. 2nd on track. Greg Murphy will win the B&T V8 Super Tourer Championship for 2013. Slade shadows him across the line. McLaughlin wins the final race for 2013. Well, talk about drama. Let's see what reaction we get out of Murph. The Mike Perro team certainly congratulating each other. Paul Forgy. Murphy's lighting up the car down the back straight. Well, McLaughlin sort of was, but that's already smoke billowing out of the car. And Pedersen got back up to 6th around Andre Heimgartner in. There might have been a clash between those two towards the end, but Greg Murphy, sprint champion and overall series champion for the B&T V8 Super Tourers for 2013. McLaughlin's going to do the donuts first. He's going to use what's left of those tyres and that rear hub. Putting on a show for the fans, and there goes Murph, celebrating in the Mike Perro Holden. Won't be able to guide his car through stop there with all that smoke. Well, they were up against it going into this 3rd and final race, the final race of the championship. Wayne McLaughlin and the team. Wayne congratulating Mark Cromie there. They were up against it going into that final race. Pedersen had the advantage, a 45-point lead going into this race. And that is just a hard-fought championship for Greg Murphy.
I don't know, Murph,
very good.
Once you get into your 40s, you've got to think about your heart. What was that like?
Oh, my God, it's rough, isn't it? It's hard around here. Listen, no, I think the heart's all right. The back's okay. Everything's physically all right. My heart had a little palpitation at old mate here at the start. That was fantastic.
It was vintage Murph.
Oh, I don't know about that. Vintage Murph would have been out the front by a country mile.
What were your instructions? Was it go mad?
No, it's always bring it back in one piece, and it's definitely in one piece. And look, I'm proud to be part.
What's that?
That's still together, mate. It's still together.
Hey, we talked about the 7-year title drought being broken earlier in the year. You've got the overall series, and of course you've got this Enduro series. What does this mean?
Oh, it means a lot. I mean, the pressure this weekend has been enormous. You know, you pretend it's not there, but
it's been there.
But it's been there. I mean, just take it down to the wire. You know, it's backwards and forwards all day, all weekend, and then you know, bloody in that last race, you know, we were not ahead, then we were ahead, then we weren't ahead, and then we were, you know, back ahead again. So, you know, pretty full on.
And Scott McLaughlin, was it hard letting him go?
No, well, you know, I was watching in the mirrors and, you know, watching what was going on behind him. We sort of, you know, had the maths, you know, rolling along. So I saw Slady get underneath Pedo and you know, and then at the same time Scott was putting his nose in. So, you know, I was okay to let him go. But, you know, we didn't quite have the pace. It was better than the first race, but certainly, you know, we had to fight for it.
Boys, both of you, Jack, Greg, well done. Enjoy the celebrations.
Thanks, mate.
We
Cheers.
will. Cheers.